Yes! Hey everybody, it's the Wargaming Guy. Welcome back to the channel. This is a brief, I don't know if it'll be brief, but I'm going to drop this today or tomorrow, right before I leave the country for a couple of weeks. I've already uploaded all the videos you're going to see for the rest of October, but then this came out. Now, some YouTubers got the early advanced copy. I was not one of them, probably because my channel is just too small, but this is the demo. So if you're thinking of getting the demo for this, or maybe you've never even heard of this, this comes from the Armchair Historian channel. Started a gaming channel. They create games, and this I think is their second one I've heard of anyway. So here we go. You can see there's no continue. The Rise of Frederick is apparently more of a historical thing, but it's not accessible through the demo. So let's just take a new campaign. And I have not played this at all. So we're going to go through this like the tutorial, just so you can get a feel for it. You can see the artwork. You can see all that stuff. Everybody here is locked, apparently, in the demo, except for Precious. So that's who we're playing, just fine by me. And then you can set the campaign settings. They suggest, if you've never played anything like this before, do it casual. So that's what we're going to do, which means things are a little easier. It's delayed for 3 months, and you receive stockpiles that are double and blah, blah, blah. Okay, your morale's up. And Army Veteracy claim is plus 20%. So, okay. So we've done that. So, and I don't even... Iron Man mode, no. But for those of you that want to actually really play it through and not, quote, save scum, unquote, then there you go. All right. So here we go. We're going to see what this is like. Okay, so we got to choose what we want to do. We can invade Thuringia. We get 3. We have to see, these are these little like things you have to do to move forward and get certain rewards, which is what I don't like about the game. I know people really enjoy this, but it's just so unhistorical. It's just Frederick the Great did not start off and say, okay, boys, we have to do 3 battlefields and capture some forts, and then we'll get more men. Obviously, that's, So, okay, but that's the deal. Or you can suppress Greater Poland. Sure, the Polish viewers out there will appreciate that. Or you can raid Saxony, intercept 4 convoys. And then you have to raid 5. Wow, that's a lot, 4 and 5. How about like this? Well, you got to dismantle 5 slums. Well, I guess it's a good thing to take care of slums. I don't know. 3 battlefields. Yeah, it's none of these look super duper easy, but let's just do this one. Why not? Here we go, zooming in. Now the artwork and stuff, I gotta say, is really cool. Act 1, Thuringia. I think I'm saying that right. I'm not positive. Notice down here the generating roads, generating maps. These are all things that, each I guess each playthrough is going to be a little different because these are all generated things. Here's your camp as well as where you manage your entire army. Oh no, don't go back, go forward. This is your starting brigade containing the officers and the regiment. You may drag and move your officer and regiments to different tents in camp. Okay. When you select a regiment, you will see their equipment stats, regimental flag. To customize a regiment, click on the flag. You can also rename the regiment by clicking on the text directly above the flag. Here are your items. You may equip them to your regiments or sell them in a town to purchase more regiments. Some of them will help, like with, they'll make your men reload quicker or be more accurate, or, those kind of things. You may also rename and customize your officer by selecting them. Once ready, you may enter and exit your camp by pressing this button. Okay, the little tent button up there. Okay. So we don't really, what do we have over here? So, let's see. What does it do? Reload +8? Move speed +4. Okay. So what do we got here? Oh, we only got one brigade, right? So can I... Okay, so I can do each regiment then. So why don't we... I wish I had more of these. Can I just put that there? No. Can I only have... Oh, wait. There. Some items are mutually exclusive. You may not equip multiple ramrods. Also, your regiments may have only one primary and secondary weapon equipped at a time. For a price, you may open up additional inventory slots only for the selected regiment. Okay. Let's see. What do we got? That's the Prussian. That's not a bad title. Prussian Musketeers. The Prussian Provincial Cavalry. What do we got? Quartermaster staff, pocket Bibles. Okay. Field musicians. Cylindrical ramrods. Tobacco rations. I don't really... None of these seem to be directly aimed at cavalry, but... Okay. There. All right. Recruits. We're going to give the recruits... Oh, wow. They have a... Okay. It helps keep their morale up, which is a very good thing. And then there's more recruits. Oh, I can't. I think I can't do it. No, I can do it. Okay. We're gonna... Can I give this guy here too? I can. All right, good. So I'm kind of thinking this might be our biggest, the brigade we're going to really try to build up. And for the cavalry, I do want them to be strong, so... Okay. Let's see. These are the cavalry. He will go there. All right. I don't quite understand how all that worked, but fine. Okay. So this is who? Friedrich II von whatever that is. Von Provensin, that whatever it is. Yeah, okay, so we got manpower, we've got ammo, we got provisions, thalers, your currency used to purchase items in towns, ammo, blah, blah, blah. So then what was, wait a minute. Oh, that's, okay. All right, can't really purchase a new brigade 300. I've got 450. Should I try to buy a new regiment? I could maybe pull my cavalry over there and let them be... yeah, let's do that. There we go. Okay, so no officer yet because now I have no money to get one. So, okay, so we're going to leave. War is upon us. Oops, sorry, hit the mic. Yes, indeed, I did hit the mic, followed by me moving it back into place and accidentally hitting the little button on the mic that mutes it. Oh, yes, so brilliant. And so now I have to do voiceover here, and this is my second try at it, or maybe even third, depending on how you count them, but it doesn't really matter. Anyway, we're going to shorten down this video because I don't want to spend the rest of my day here doing voiceover for something I've already done. But, and I'm going to let you read what's on the screen there. I was reading it, or most of it, as I was playing the game, but to replay it like this, I'm just going to kind of skip it and let you check that out, and I might comment on it. But yeah, you can see that you move on the map and you navigate around, and it tells you how to do it. And so we are going to be looking at going to a town and getting things that we need, like, better weapons, more people, etc. So that's the regional map that they talk about here. And this is the part of the game that I don't like. Because you can't tell me that when Frederick the Great was running around Europe, he was like, okay, guys, we have to capture 4 camps and do 3 convoys, and then we get this thing. Not pretty sure that didn't happen. So when the full game comes out, if I get it, because this was not, like I mentioned, this is the demo, which I got. I didn't get the pre-release that some content creators did because they have a small channel. But I think maybe the first thing I'll do is try out the Rise of Frederick the Great. That's a scenario that's in there, and I think it's more historical than this thing. So we'll see all about that. Okay, so we've encountered something, and you can find out about it by following these directions. Lightly guarded supplies. So then they give you options, and the options have pros and cons to them, and you have to decide which one best works for you in the particular situation you find yourself in. And this one, kind of looked at all of them, but decided we really needed more cash. We need the money. We need the coin of the realm, as it were. So we're going to take that. And now we have to square off with these guys. So here comes your first fight. Our first fight, my first fight at Blankenberg. And as you can see by looking at you'll see it better once this goes away and it gives you a clear shot. We are bigger than them, which is always a good thing to have in your first fight. If you're bigger than the guy you're fighting with, that's always a good thing for you. So, you can go through and look at the different regiments and see what kind of shape they're in, etc. Down on the bottom, you can hit the white flag, which is you retreat, but you get penalized. Or, of course, you hit the crossed rifles and you go, or swords, or whatever they were, and you go into combat, which is, of course, what we're going to do. So this is going to tell you how you can deploy. Can get the stance the way you want it before the battle begins. You can't, as far as I can figure, you can't actually move the unit from where it is to somewhere else before the battle begins. If you can, I've missed that, which is entirely possible because what you're seeing on video here today is, except for the parts I'm going to edit out in a minute, is my entire and complete experience with this game. So, and this is talking about the camera. You can move the camera around if you want to. I'm not even going to think about messing with that at this point. So we've got my units stretched out here, set up. My general is in the middle there, that third line that you see back. That's my general. Me, I guess. Although if your general is killed, I think you can still play the game, so maybe it's not you. I don't know. And over here is the enemy. Yeah, so we're going to go up and kind of check out and see what he's up to, how he's deployed his forces. He put his cavalry, interestingly, kind of in the middle. We'll see how that works out in a few minutes. Now, I take an inordinate amount of time here to figure this stuff out because I'm trying to do different things and they're not working, and I'm trying to figure out, how to make it work. There's a big hill. Now, elevations can play a real important part in this game, although as you'll see in the second battle, It sure didn't help me out much, but that's because, there are reasons for that. Mostly probably my mistakes. But elevation does help you. You can shoot a little further, shoot down on people. So if you get a chance, use it. Now, what I'm looking at here is it's way too close to the enemy for me to get there on time. He's going to be up on and over that, assuming he keeps coming at me, long before I can get there. I didn't actually notice, you can see over on the right-hand side there, those hills there, but they're not really placed right either. So basically, with one exception here, we're going to, you can see the bars. That is important. The green bar is for strength and low morale. When the bar reaches the 2 arrows, you're in big trouble. So, yeah, boom, and then you can not only have to retreat, but if they keep pushing and keep hitting you, your unit will shatter, which means when you get back to camp, it'll be there, all beat up, but you can no longer use it in this particular fight. So, now I'm trying to figure out, do I want to move my guys? Where do I want them? How do I want them? Etc. And that's my cavalry. And I'm trying to figure out how to get it to move. Because what I want to do is put it over on the flank, kind of maybe get in the rear of the enemy, and then attack him from the flank/rear. I'm having a little bit of trouble understanding how this works, but eventually it's not really that hard. And it works pretty well. Although I'm not quite clear on getting the facing exactly the way I want it. I think for that, it's just going to take a little more practice with the game itself, and then I'll be able to, do that better. Because facing in this game, in these battles, is really important. As you will see later, you do not want to have the enemy hitting you on the flank. That's for sure. So you can see they're starting to move, and they're practically to the hill right now. So it's a good thing I didn't want to go there, because there's no way I'm getting there. So meanwhile, I'm still fiddling around with my cavalry. And there we go. They're finally moving, but they're not moving fast enough. Another thing which I have to figure out is how to change the formation from line to column, because I think that I needed them to be in column here, and they really weren't. And all this stuff slowed me down. So, you'll see in a minute what happens because of that. But it's, my fault. But that's what you will learn for, right? That's why I'm setting this up here, so you can see the demo yourself, see what it's like to play for the first time, and then, do what you want to do with it. So, yeah, come on. Gotta click it. And right click where you want it. There you go. So, see what I mean? They should have just kind of taken off in 2 columns, but instead, they're doing this. Now, by this time, his infantry is closing in. You can see the infantry up there at the top, underneath the 2 blue bars. And they're getting uncomfortably close. This is not good. This is not what I wanted. I wanted to be over the river and on that road, headed north by the time the infantry arrived. And keep your eye on their cavalry. Doing a little foreshadowing here, since I sort of know what's going to happen. And my boys back here are just waiting. I probably should have pushed them up too. But, hindsight, of course, is 360, right? You always know. And now the infantry is close enough to where they're going to catch me. This is not good. Also, notice what happens with this river. I'm assuming it's a river, not a canal. Could be either one. Because they just decide, hey, let's just go right over there. And so they do. The cavalry's charging. You hear that? When you hear that roar sound, that's the charge sound, of course. So I immediately decide, all right, well, if they're going to charge me, I better charge them. So look what happens. Just right in the water. They're fighting it out. And you can tell right away I'm in trouble. Look at the green and the red for me versus them. This is going really poorly. And they're telling me that I'm about to have to, and sure enough, there we go. So what do we do to get away? Well, let's stay on our horses and swim down the river. That's a great idea. And so now they're coming out of the river, and their infantry is going to move forward. And these guys are amazing. Watch what they do. It'll take them a minute to get there, and meanwhile, I'm trying to figure out how I can do something with my cavalry, because it's gone. I'm also trying to remember where I put my troops. There they are. Yeah, and they're already firing over on the right. You notice those clouds there? I didn't see it at the moment, but you could hear it. So I lost some of the sound of this too. I don't know what the heck happened here. This was just one of those weird recording things. But over here, yeah, they sent this one guy through. So I've got 2 regiments firing on one, which is excellent for us. Would that the rest of the game had gone so smoothly, but again, I'm getting ahead of myself. And if you can hear that, that's a plane or a helicopter flying very low over my house. I doubt you heard it. Yeah, so we're gonna push up here a little bit. Here comes the cavalry. Banzai. These guys love to charge, man. Kaboom! And finally, my lines fire, hitting that other regiment. And the cavalry finally breaks. My cavalry, meanwhile, is escaping over on the side there, hoping no one else will bother them, because they're having a bad enough day. And so, yeah. So that's one thing I've noticed with the AI. The AI likes to charge, likes to get into melee combat. At least the little bit I've seen so far. That would be my opinion. Maybe not if they're more evenly matched, I don't know. Over on the right, we're just sitting there exchanging volleys, which is fine. I'm trying to get my cavalry to do something. You can forget it. They're toast. They're done. Fire on these guys. They're very close together, and someone's charging. Who's charging? And they're charging right into us. So swing these guys around, or try to. Meanwhile, boom. And they retreat, and we get a victory which we didn't exactly earn, but I'm happy enough to take. I didn't really know what I was doing. Happily, neither did the person I was fighting. So I get a bunch of money, which is always nice. And here you go. So now you can, down at the bottom, you can see, like it says in the print there, you can get rid of your guys in different ways. You can ransom them off. You can exchange them. You can conscript them into your army. And there's the number of losses. The numbers don't seem to add up exactly to me, but it doesn't really make much of a difference. And so, yeah, it depends on what you think you need. The thing that got me here with not conscripts, but exchange was 743 veterancies, turning more of my units veteran, which I think would be great and really important. Until I found out that also you lose your veterancy as you upgrade your units. So I don't really get how that works. I can understand losing a unit would lose its veteran status if it took heavy casualties and was filled up with recruits, but I don't see how, like, upgrading it with new equipment or whatever that, however they do that. I don't understand how that makes the unit not be veteran. So I'm assuming that if you put too many replacements in all at once, that that is what you're going to get, and you don't want that. So you got to be careful, right? Yeah, promotions, and if you promote it, you lose your. See, this is what I don't get. This I don't understand it. Clearly, someone needs to educate me. All right. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure that one out. That's what's happening here in the video. And we're going to continue, and then you can hold back regiments from being upgraded to retain their veterancy. Which, is that a word, veterancy? But I guess it is now. But anyway, I would have probably said veteran status, but whatever. Yeah, so that's how it works. I'm still a bit confused about it, but that's how it works. So here we are, and we're going to have to put some new guys in some of our units, like our cavalry. Look at that. He is just not in good shape. He needs replacements. And I don't have a ton of money either, which it's gonna hurt a little bit. Yes, indeed. So I'm gonna try and figure all that out now. Let's see. Does he know? Yeah, that guy needs some reinforcements too. So does yeah. So you just click and drag on it, and there you go. Assuming you have enough men to fill that. Like, you notice this counter up here is like, yeah. I don't even notice it, but I'm out of men here, so I don't have any more reinforcements. So that's how you do that. You can also, of course, add, if you have the money and the men and all that stuff, yeah, no more reservists here. So we're going to have to go get some somewhere, because that's bad. And then we're going to add these things in to help strengthen our regiments. Which it's taking me, again, because this is my first time, it's taking me longer than it should. Nope, that won't go there. You can't get it there. Stop trying. But we'll give them coats. They'll take that. That helps them a little bit. And yep, they'll get coats. We've got the big old boots there, or whatever they're called, gaiters, or whatever they're calling them. Nope. There you go. So I got my unit stacked up about as well as I can. And we're going to skip forward a little bit here. And so now we're back on the other map. And we're going to come up here to this town, or settlement, or whatever you want to call it. And so this is where we can get new officers, replacements. We can trade things in for money. We can, do all kinds of stuff like that. So that's what we're going to do now. It does not have a noble place where you can get officers, so you can't do that. But it's got a stable for horses, I guess, a powder house for, one would assume, ammunition, barracks for troops. I'm not sure what the town square is. Maybe that's just where you buy food or whatever. But, yeah. So we're going to kind of look at what we've got here. Not a lot of money. Reservists, we have a few. Purchasing a regiment. You got to be able to afford that. A little pricey, as you can see. $325. That's not good, since that's about, I think I have 326. Is that the amount of money I have? So yeah, that's not gonna work. But here we can trade stuff to make money. Sell, not trade, sorry. Well, I guess it is trade. You trade money for whatever. And they're trying to explain all that to me, of course. So, there we go. You can see the money stacking up. That's what we want. Because we need supplies and men and all kinds of fun stuff. So I was looking at some of that stuff over there. We don't really need those things. We need the money. That's what we need. And so I'm going to finally confirm that and make some money. It doesn't close. Yeah, you have to close it. There you go. So now, what can we do? Ooh, now we could buy stuff. Because we got, but that still would be kind of expensive. So we've got these Cantonists recruits, a bunch of them. Freikorps or Freikorps musketeers, they're expensive. Some more recruits, and then yeah, and all the recruits are the same pretty much. Then we've got the Prussian land mills, whatever that is. They're a little more expensive. They're kind of between the two, and they are better, most counts, than the recruits. So there might be a slight step up, you know, which would be a good thing for us. So we're going to do that. Now I'm low on cash again, but I've still got some. And now is the time to fiddle around a bit, and then we're moving on. All right, I just skipped a bunch of stuff. We stopped a couple of convoys, and they wanted guards, and we didn't have enough for one or the other. Then we went to a fort and tried to take it. We did breach the walls, but we couldn't take it because, primarily, I think, because we have no artillery. So my advice to you is stay away from the forts until and unless you have artillery. And now we bumped into these guys, and this will be the final battle. This will wrap up the video, this battle here. And you might think, now that I'm larger and I've got experience, this is going to go super smoothly. Yeah, you would be wrong about that, but let's just let the battle unfold as it will. We do have some high ground near us, so I am immediately drawn to that. To get somebody up there to help, shoot down at the enemy should be helpful. I've seen in other videos it'd be very helpful. So we're going to move our guys up, obviously, to support those guys on the hill, so that they don't get flanked and messed up. Now, I clicked off deploy, mistake, because his units are moving now. Mine are not, or at least, well, one is, the rest aren't. So this is going to put me a little bit behind the 8-ball. One of several mistakes that I made in this battle. So, got my guys moving up, sort of. I want to keep these guys on the right in the woods if I can to help protect them. That's not a bad idea, although in this case, it's not going to work out quite like I thought I wanted it to. So we're going to come up here and look at these guys. His line is stretched out very nicely. He's got his cavalry there in the middle, bunched up, ready to do something. And he's got units clear over to here. So he's got the frontage covered pretty well, actually. Moving very slow. I haven't sped up the timer yet on the battle, which is why you don't see much movement. It's the the slow speed on this, or whatever they call it, is really slow. Which in a big battle is helpful. Yeah, you kind of want to speed it up at the beginning to just kind of get to it. But on the other hand, you do not want it to get too fast when you're actually in a battle, because then you can't, react fast enough and keep up with it. So now, finally, I've decided to do something with my cavalry, who I've been kind of dinking around. And what I'm going to try and do, I don't know why I'm so obsessed with this, is to take them again all the way over to the my left flank this time, as I did last time. I want to put them all the way over there, and then again try to get around them, and that's not really going to work too well. But let's see what happens. So here we go. Notice his cavalry starting to move. Where is it moving? Well, it appears it's moving to the same side of the battle my cavalry is moving towards, doesn't it? I'm assuming he can see me and is doing that in response. Maybe not, but that's my guess. All right. We're getting up onto the hill, but he's got guys, like, very close, which is not good. I wanted to get up there and get settled, but he's actually going to. And look at this. His cavalry charges mine, smashes into it. Look at this. I die. I break, and almost immediately he rams into my flank. Sounds like deja vu all over again. But this time it's going to be really bad. We're fighting, but we break. What do? They come right down the line. They smash into another regiment's flank. Regiment's turning to respond to fight, but this cavalry, plus he's got other support, they break. He blows right past them and hits another regiment in the flank. This is either your fondest dream or your worst nightmare, depending on which side you're on. So basically, that one unit has completely wiped out almost my entire front line. Now, he's coming over here for these guys. Boom! He hits them. They're my final right flank. They're on my right flank. They broke. So one unit broke every single unit in my army, if you want to call it that. One unit charged through all of them. So we're trying to get these guys reorganized and to fight back, which they are doing a little bit of, but holy cow. And they've got the high ground now, not me. The exact opposite, of course, of what we had hoped for. And I'm looking for my cavalry. It's gone. It's off map. Apparently, I couldn't find it. So, yeah, this is not good, people. We're going to swing over here. See what's going on. Can I push back at all? I mean, it looks like we've lost, but I mean, we've still got units that are in the fight. Technically, they're weak. So, oh yes, we have to go through a little thing. How about if I send my general up with these guys? Will that increase their morale? Oh, here they come. They're charging in the woods, in the trees, amongst the forest. The savage hand-to-hand combat goes. And their morale is bad, and our morale is not great either. These guys have to be exhausted after destroying my whole army. Oh, we break, but they break. Both sides break. Both sides flee. So that's kind of like the one, quote, highlight, unquote, of this encounter. Because these people are seriously, they're not taking it easy on me, let's put it that way. So these guys are retreating. Let's see if we can get them to, yeah, okay. So they're responding to orders, but look who's coming at them. And yeah, this is not. No. And they're shooting into the woods. These guys are. Boom! They blew up. They're gone. They're shattered, so they're worthless for the rest of this battle. So basically, I have, what, 1 unit? I don't know why we haven't been defeated yet. No, we got more than one. We got that one there, too, that's retreating. And I'm just going to pull him back, too, because... But he broke, and it's over. So there you go, people. And a little thing will pop up here. Defeat is not the end. You can go back and redo your people and, get stronger and come back again. That's true enough. But so there's my experience in a nutshell. I like the battle in spite of how poorly I did there. I don't really like the other side of it, at least not yet. Maybe I'll get into it. I don't know. I'm going to be gone for about a month. When I get back, the game should be releasing about the time I get back in country. So maybe I'll get a review copy. If not, I might buy it. I haven't decided yet. It'll depend on what it costs. And we'll go from there. So till next time, it's the Wargaming Guy. Thanks for watching. Take care. And I'll see you later.